In a quiet little village tucked between green hills and dusty roads lived a 25-year-old single mother named Marcia. She lived in a small wooden house with her two daughters, 6-year-old Keisha and 3-year-old Tiana. Life was never easy for them. The roof leaked when rain fell hard, the cupboards were often nearly empty, and the children's father had disappeared long ago without looking back. Every morning before sunrise, Marcia would wake up to the sound of roosters crowing. She braided her daughters' hair carefully, kissed their foreheads, and walked miles to sell fruits and homemade juice at the roadside market. Some days she sold enough to buy dinner. Other days she came home with tired feet and only a few coins in her pocket. But no matter how hard life became, Marcia never let her daughters feel unloved. At night, when electricity went out across the village, they would sit outside under the moonlight. Marcia told stories while Keisha and Tiana laughed and leaned against her shoulders. The girls believed their mother could fix anything in the world. One afternoon, heavy rain flooded the village. Water rushed into their tiny house, soaking the beds and carrying away the little food they had left. Marcia held both daughters tightly as they cried in fear. For the first time in years, Marcia sat in silence, wondering how much longer she could keep fighting alone. The next morning, something unexpected happened. The villagers began showing up at her gate. One woman brought dry clothes, another brought rice and flour. An old carpenter offered to repair the roof for free. Even the local shopkeeper gave Marcia supplies and told her she could pay later. Marcia stood there with tears in her eyes. For so long she believed she was carrying the world by herself, but now she realized the village had been watching her strength all along. Months later, Marcia slowly opened a tiny cookshop beside the road. It wasn't fancy, but people loved her food and warm smile. Keisha started doing well in school, and little Tiana danced around the yard every evening singing silly songs. Life still wasn't perfect. Some days were still hard, but Marcia no longer felt hopeless. Because even without a father around, her daughters were growing up surrounded by the strongest kind of love there is. A mother who never gave up.